Man, I've been up all night, man. Y'all know how, if you're new to this channel, like, subscribe, hit notification bell so you be notified every time I upload. Man, I do live streams every day, right? I rarely do recordings, but I need to get into more recordings. So it would be nice. Stop by the live stream, right? Probably, probably live stream in the morning. Who knows? But if you the people, the OGs, they know how this channel works, and we do some deep diving into the slates. We go over every single game, right? Every single game. You can go check out some of my live streams, whatever the case may be. I do use game day insights, and I also use what you're looking at right here is Jackson, right? So I'll give you guys a glimpse of what I've seen in this last game, and then I'll go through my bats and and how I feel about the slate, and I'll get out of here. Right? It's 4 in the morning. We're 3:15. Anything over three is four. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? Um, so I'll just fast forward to the last game, right? So I was looking at this was the last game. Well, this ain't the last game, but this is the last game that I looked at, and I was athletics bats here. So over the course of the last week, Lawrence Butler has been on fire versus this pitch mix. Um, it, this fastball cutter and sinker thrown by Chad Patrick, right? So um, he's got 14 at bats, 8 hits, one bomb, right? 357 isolated power, Exafilo's up there and everything. JJ Bleday and Tyler Soderstrom, both, you know what those guys been doing, right? So you know there's going to be a night game. I can flip the night switcher on. And when I hit the night switch, JJ Bleday, he lights up green as well. So uh, Lawrence Butler, Soderstrom, Bleday, right? Those are the lefties. Then I rewind it back and I can take a look at the righties, right? So what he's throwing to the righties, I would click the righties right here, and I would check out the pitch mix. We got your Sierra, your K's, your walks, your average, home run per nine, ISO, exit velo, barrel, hard hit, line drive, just all the good stuff, right? So at the end of the day here, um, I would look at the pitch mix and type the pitch mix in. We got the cutter, the fastball, the sinker. To righties, he's doing that cutter 49% of the time. We know that um, Rooker really loves that cutter. He's over the course of the season. He's only seen it a few times. He's 3 or 6 for that. Two of those three have been home runs. So we know how much he likes that. We know how much he strikes out, but he hasn't struck out off this pitch either. So I add the other two pitches up there, which would be the cutter, fastball, and the sinker. Fastball and the sinker. And this season, he's starting off a little bit slower with the home runs, the bombs, and things like that. But he is batting 268. He has 3 bombs. His barrel percentage is up. Isolated power is high. You know, exit velo, whatever. Barrel percentage is up. Hard hit is up. Fly ball could be a little bit higher. Plus, he has a strikeout rate. Now, the rest of these guys are not striking out. You can look at Jacob Wilson for some hits or whatever the case may be. We definitely like Jacob Wilson. He went on a big, a run with the base hits. So that's one person you can look at as well. Over the last 10 game, 10 7, over the last week, Rooker has a bomb, 300 ice low, 99 is a velo. He's averaging 600, right? He's 6 for 10. So, going back to last year, this is the last since the season go. I can go back to the last year where Rooker, if you really think he's getting back to the thick of things, then I suggest you go ahead and make the play, right? But whatever play you want to play, right? So it is what it is. But last year, off this pitch mix, this is the numbers from last year. He batted 328, 242 isolated power, 27 extra base hits, 17 home runs, 65 hard hit line drive, fast. Balls. 27 balls launched. You know, the barrel was up, fly ball, hard hit was up, and things of that nature, right? He still had around the same K percentage. But long story short, um, we these these Oakland Athletics look really really good, right? Now that's the process I go through every single team, and you know, along with um, baseball savant, along with Fangraphs, along with ESPN, and along with the Roto Grinders, and along with this, and along with that. It's such a long process going through 15 games a day, but it's fun. You know, I like it, right? So, um, and then I use Jackson, right? So tomorrow morning, we'll let Jackson sleep for tonight. Tomorrow morning, I'll bring up some predictions. This is Jackson. This is my AI companion, right? You can ask Jackson anything, right? Just hit a three. This is a three-leg parlay, home run parlay using Jackson. Well, actually, it was a round robin. It was a five-leg. It hit three of five. So shout out to Jackson for that. And I have some bets to the side, right? So first and foremost, I got all these bets to the side. I tell you what I like about them, who I like, whatever the case may be. These are bats from every team. All right. So um, I got Nick Castellanos over there because he did look okay versus the pitch mix. But these guys they face, I think they face Kyle Control, and I'll probably be looking for Schwarber for a bomb or somebody like that, right? But at the end of the day, I expect Phillies to go upside their head. That's just truth be told. Pete Crow Armstrong, Kyle Tucker, that Arizona and Chicago game today was electric, right? My Chicago Cubs. But at the end of the day, Kyle Tucker couldn't talk you off his hits. And these bats here are hits all the way up to a home run, like anything, right? Pete Crow, Kyle Tucker, Spencer Torkelson. Don't pay attention to what it says overruns or nothing like that. I just got him set to the side. Kerry Carpenter hits all the way up to a home run. Torkelson hits all the way up to a home run. Look, Bobby Witt hits all the way up to a home run. Definitely Kyle Raleigh hits all the way up to a home run. Castellanos home run, I had him up there twice. Um, Now the other Corbin Carroll, Josh Naylor, Pavin Smith, those guys are monster green, right? Carson Kelly, O'Neill Cruz, right? I think he'll be going for what 3 or 4 games in a row with a bomb. Um, Mookie Betts been cold as hell, right? But he looked good during this pitch mix. Tommy Edman looked okay during the pitch mix. Couldn't talk you off a hit for Alex Bregman. Aranda looked okay, right? But I haven't checked any weather, right? So I think the weather will be blowing in. So you know, Aranda looked really good. Caminero looked good. Brendan Donovan looked good. Vientos, Alonzo, Goodman in cores, Farmer in cores, James Wood in cores, and Nathaniel Lowe in cores, right? So if you don't know about cores, then you know that ballpark produces home runs like 40 going north. They had weather today, so we'll have to keep an eye on the pitching situation and see who's going to be in and out. Versus this pitch mix, Nathaniel Lowe hasn't struck out versus this pitch mix all season long. Bryce Terrain um, looks really good. Hits all the way up to a home run. Um, Reese Hoskins, definitely the power is there. He looked pretty good. William Contreras has been on a hit streak. Fernando Tatis potentially looked like one of the best bats you could even get today, right? So he's really up there, right? His numbers are really skyrocketed. Um, Manny Machado, I mean, hitting in that 3 or 4 hole, he's definitely going to be a hits, runs, and RBI candidate. The power numbers are there for Olson. You know, the power numbers are there for Harris. The last week, Ozzy looked great. Um, I can't talk you off Rowley or Ozuna, but we're getting restless waiting on them, right? Getting restless waiting on them, right? They just, oh my God. Whew, but they're in a good spot. Okay, they're in a good spot. Tyler Fitzgerald looks great, right? He's like, I think I looked at his pitch mix when I got done with it. He was about 10, about 8 for 14 versus this pitch mix. He hits righties, he hits lefties. Hopefully, he's in the lineup. Now, as I flicked through the pitch mix for the San Francisco Giants, there were guys that looked good all over the place. Ramos looked good in certain instances. Chapman looked good in certain instances. And a few other bats, right? So, hmm. And then we just looked at Rooker, Blade, Soderstrom, Butler. Those boys look good, right? So it is a lot. It is a lot. I'm looking at. I got so many bets over here already, man. Like what I got 11 bets open over here on Bet365, and I know I'm gonna have at least 25 bets on the MLB alone tomorrow. It's just that's just how it plays out. All straights, but mostly hits, runs, and RBIs. Haven't bet no home runs or anything of that nature yet. Um, I will give you guys some thoughts on some pitching. So, um, hmm, Logan Gilbert, his outs opened up at a 17 and a half at a pitch at a parlay piece. I couldn't talk you off of it, right? And for the rest of these guys, right? The power is OTW. It's on the way, right? For Seattle. They're going up against Barrios. Look, Rodriguez looked good at some times. Rally, a Rosarina, and Rayleigh, right? They the power is coming. Straight up. Polanco, it's on the way. But Logan Gilbert, you can look at him. If you like these boys to win, you can look at them for the win. You can look at his outs. I don't know if I'm going to his strikeouts or anything like that, but his outs, 17 and a half. That means he got to pitch 6 innings. I'll throw that into a parlay piece. I don't mind. I paused on this Cincinnati game, right? I love me some Hunter Green. I really do. I really think Hunter Green was going to come in here and sit these boys down, but it, eh, there was a bunch of lefties on this team that look great. And in the past 7 days, there's about 4 or 5 lefties that hit a home run off his pitch mix. But keep in mind, Hunter Green has turned it up this year. This was going to be interesting. Me personally, I'm rooting for Hunter Green. I might bet something, right? I usually do, but I got a little scared. And O'Neal, he wasn't striking out versus this pitch mix surprisingly. So I mean, it is what it is with that situation. You gotta figure it out. Figure out what you want to do, right? Hmm. Evaldi. He has the ability to hit his pitching outs. It opened up at 17 and a half at a minus 140. Probably mostly more than often any other team it would probably opened up, about a minus 170 or something like that. But they're giving the Dodgers the respect. Um, I'm going past Paul Skeens. Crochet should lay these guys down again. You can look at his strikeouts and or his outs. Shane Baz. Um, I the wind is supposed to be blowing in, but I didn't fact check it, so I don't mind the strikeouts, right? You could get his strikeouts at 6.5. Probably on prospects, you can get it for a push at about a 6. I don't mind it, right? His pitching outs was 16 and a half. That was interesting. Now, that was very interesting. Chris Sale, this is in the best spot that you can be in, right? Chris Sale hasn't went past 6 innings this season, I believe. So, these Minnesota team looked really, 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 really red when it comes to striking out. I looked at the versus left hand pitching here. Um, Minnesota is number one. Granted, there's only like 136 plate appearances, but they got a 33% K rate with a 13 WRC plus. This is the best spot you're gonna get for somebody like Chris Sale. Um, you can you can. Hey, his numbers came out juiced up. This is one of the best spots you could find for Chris Sale. If he fucked this up, then I don't know what to say. So I love Chris Sale right there. And Landon Root, right? He's got a chance to hit his strikeouts at 6.5. Am I gonna go there? Probably not, but if you want to look into it, go ahead and look into it, right? Go ahead and look into it, right? So um for the I'll give you guys another flash of the bats one more time, and I'll get out of here, right? So um go over here to Jackson, and I'll run them. I'll give you guys a money shot of the hit of these batters one more time, and I'll get out of here. All right. P. Crow Armstrong, Tucker, Torkelson, Carpenter, Bobby Witt, Raleigh, Castellanos, Corbin, Naylor, Pavin Smith, Carson Kelly, O'Neill Cruz, Mookie Betts, Tommy Edman, Bregman, Randa, Junior Caminero, Donovan, Vientos, Alonzo, Goodman, Farmer, Wood, Nathaniel Lowe, Bryce Terrain, Reese Hopkins, uh, William Contreras, Tatis, Machado, Olson, Harris. Those guys are honorable mention. Ozzy is the one who had a better numbers for this week. Um, and like I said, don't forget about Ozuna and Riley. But they've been selling. So I didn't I shouldn't have put all those guys up there. But Tyler Fitzgerald, love Tyler Fitzgerald tomorrow, and I love each and every last one of these uh, um, uh, Oakland A's with, I mean, well, not Oakland A's, but the A's, the Athletics. All right. Gonna try to get at some basketball tomorrow. If I don't, I don't. Man, these streams are really, really, really time consuming, right? But peace out, man. Peace out.